Okay, so word just got out that Ben Affleck will be playing the new Batman in the upcoming Man of Steel sequel. And everyone is losing their minds. I mean, like literally everybody on my Facebook list that is even remotely interested in superheroes or comic books or whatever like that is freaking out. All the statuses are saying, oh my gosh, I don't want to live in this world anymore. Well, then seriously, kill yourself. Like, for real, go into your laundry room, grab a bottle of bleach, pop the cap off that bitch, and drink up. Seriously, it'll do you nice. But a lot of my other friends have been asking me what my thoughts are on this new news, considering that I am somewhat of a fan of Batman, and I'm very looking forward to seeing this movie. To be honest, it's too early in the game for me to even give a fuck. Like, okay, so Ben Affleck wasn't really necessarily my number one choice in the ranking for the person to play Batman. In fact, I actually was rooting for, I don't even think he was a potential candidate, but I was actually rooting for that guy from Mad Men. I forget his name, but the guy who plays Don Draper or whatever, right? I mean, I think he looks the part of older Bruce Wayne. I don't know how well he would do as a Batman, but definitely Bruce Wayne. I mean, he has that Bruce Wayne persona down pat. But yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly a fan of Ben Affleck. I mean, and a lot of people are complaining and shitting on Daredevil. To be honest, I think I'm one of the only few people that actually didn't really find Daredevil all that bad. I mean, if it was bad, it wasn't really because of his acting. I think, if anything, it was a bad movie because it was written bad. It was written poorly. So, yeah, and with the exception of that whole playground fight scene, which was kind of corny in my opinion, I wouldn't say that Daredevil is one of the worst superhero movies out there. I mean, remember, we still have Catwoman. But, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, who knows, man? Ben Affleck could surprise you. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he's better behind the camera as opposed to being in front of it. But I want to give the dude the benefit of the doubt and hope that he pulls through. I mean, someone must have saw something in him to the point where they're like, okay, yeah, I think he would make a good Bruce Wayne / Batman. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. It could be totally wrong. Maybe he knows the right people, and maybe he sucked some dick to get the part. I don't really know. I wasn't there, but I mean, I really want to root for this franchise, and right now I'm kind of on the fence. I'm really neutral about it. A lot of people are shitting on it because who is it? Zack Snyder is directing it or whatever, or producing. I can't remember. Whatever. But he's attached to the movie, so therefore a lot of people are shitting on it, and not a lot of people really enjoyed Man of Steel. I personally found it to be a little bland. I went in with high expectations because the trailer was kind of, I really enjoyed the trailer. It wasn't terrible. I don't feel as though I wasted my money going to watch it, but I thought they could have maybe not did more, because they did a lot in that movie, especially like the last act. There was a lot of action, a shitload of action. So I mean, I think they did everything in that regard, in regards to the action, right. I just don't, I don't know, some of the flashbacks going back and forth, and then I don't know, it seemed a little slow to me and really bland for the most part. Like in fact, the last act was really the only thing that kind of kept me going, because in between like the beginning and the end, I was kind of just like, okay, well, like, can we like speed this along? Let's get to the good stuff, you know. Whereas, you know, most superhero movies, like for example Spider-Man or you know, the Batman franchise or whatever, like there's a lot of good build-up, you know, and like everything, it's like you're never bored at times, you know, like because the build-up is it's got a nice steady flow to it, right? So I felt that's where Man of Steel kind of lacked. But I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, and I feel as though with the introduction to Batman, the way they were going to do it, if the rumors are true, in the fact that they're trying to get Lex Luthor involved and Bruce Wayne to kind of restore Metropolis and all that chaos that happened in Man of Steel, I think that could be a good angle for the movie. But anyway, back to Ben Affleck being Batman. I personally don't see it. I don't think he fits the look of Bruce Wayne, and I don't know if he could really pull off a Batman. But I, for one, am going to reserve judgment until the movie comes out, or at least until we see a trailer and we see. I mean, mind you, they're probably not going to show a whole lot of Batman in the movie, at least in the first trailer anyway, right? So we're going to have quite a while before we see what Ben Affleck is really capable of prior to the movie release, right? So, so yeah, I think that's all I can really say about it. I don't know, man. I'm not as devastated as a lot of other people are. They could have casted a whole lot worse. I mean, remember remember when there were, I don't even know if this was a rumor or if it was actually like in the works, but do you remember that rumor that Jack Black, you know, Jack Black from Shallow Hal, from Tenacious D, yeah, him. He was supposed to play Green Lantern. Are you fucking out of your mind? If that was at all true, whoever even conjured up that idea needs to be shot and killed and then buried like somewhere hot. You know, like that would have been terrible. So I mean, that's my interpretation of bad casting. Like when I don't know what they were smoking on that, if that's actually true. But with Ben Affleck, it's not comparable. You know what I mean? It's not the best option for the franchise, but it's definitely not the worst. They could have done a lot worse, right? So, yeah, I mean, I guess we're just going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens. Just for those of you guys freaking out, just wait until the fucking trailer, man. Wait and see. You know, Ben Affleck could surprise you. I mean, I personally was surprised by Heath Ledger's performance. May he rest in peace. And his portrayal of the Joker. You know, because mind you, I haven't seen a whole lot of Heath Ledger's movies prior to The Dark Knight, but I couldn't see it. I wanted someone more menacing, and I didn't think that he could pull it off at all. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, damn, this dude's fucked up. Like, where did this come from? Like, this is not guy from fucking 10 Things I Hate About You and A Knight's Tale. A fucking Knight's Tale? Caught me by surprise. So, I don't know, man. Ben Affleck has a lot more movies under his belt, and a lot of bad ones at that. But who knows? He might surprise you. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think you guys should too, because if you don't, like, he's got some pretty big shoes to fill, because while a lot of people weren't really big fans of Christian Bale's portrayal, he's still probably the most memorable to date. You know what I mean? Because mind you, like, you know, I don't think many people are going to remember Michael Keaton's performance, although he was a phenomenal Batman / Bruce Wayne. But I mean, that was so long ago, right? So Christian Bale has donned the mantle, and it kind of resonates with people's mind, and it's a refresher because that franchise wasn't that long ago, right? So, I mean, he does have some pretty big shoes to fill, and is going to be compared to Christian Bale, I believe. So he has to. With that pressure on him, I think that he's going to take that into consideration and really be like, okay, you know what? I really got to do my research. I got to be better than Christian Bale. I got to be more grittier and less corny with the whole, I am Batman. That hurt. How the fuck did Christian Bale do that? Anyway, yeah, man. So I think he's going to do all right. I have faith that he'll do all right. And you know, this franchise has to do good. Otherwise, the Justice League movie won't happen. Because if this tanks, then, you know, producers aren't going to want to invest any more money into this franchise. It's a dying franchise, and they're just basically all we're going to have is Marvel, right? And so, yeah, let's just hope for the best, people. Stop freaking out. Don't commit suicide over this shit. It's not that serious, and it might surprise you. So, anyway, I'm your boy Tactics. That's all I got to say. Peace, and I'm out.